This right here is Vicky, probably one of my favorite characters that I've made. And she is in the first entry for the Goretober. Oh, thank goodness I didn't say goat. Anyway, for the Goretober, the very first prompt on the list was Nightmare. And for Nightmare, I used Vicky. I'm not going to go too into detail, because Vicky is eventually going to get her own book. But she is having a nightmare because she used to be evil, and she's turned good, and has been for a while since then. But recently she discovered she has powers that she didn't know about. And she was happy about it at first, but then realized it could be a problem if she would ever become evil again. So this is her basically having a very vivid imagination and very impulsive fears about what she might turn into if she had those powers. On to the next drawing of my Goretober list. I know probably only 2 to 3 people know about this character. This is Vincent. He is Vicky's twin brother, and he is basically a big jerk. He bullies Vicky verbally, physically, and he also makes others do his dirty work for him sometimes, and makes them bully her for him. At school, at home, out in the park or something. He'll have someone else bully her, or anywhere where he could get caught. He has someone else bully her for him. But in this drawing, you can see that Vicky is getting revenge on him. This is only a dream, though. This is my misunderstood demon baby, Mango. As some of you know. Some of you don't know. Some of you actually think she's quite scary and think she's actually evil. But she's not. But she was for a certain period of time. This is part of her backstory that explains why she used to be how she was before she changed. And I'm not going to give away too much because her backstory is being rewritten currently, and I'm not sure if I want to actually have this event take place or not, or if I want to have the characters that I originally had do this to her. But to keep it short and to the point, this is the result of Mango being very, very badly injured by other demons. Her arm was badly scarred up. She has a lot of other claw marks and even a few bite marks on other spots. And she even has a broken tail. This is an event that took place when she was only a teenager. So there wasn't really much she could do about it. But that changes later on. But as you can see, the blood is coming out so badly and the wound is so deep that it's still bleeding through the bandages and the gauze on her arms. So that's definitely not the best shape to be in. On to the next drawing. Ah yes, one of the demons who caused Mango to be the way that she was, Hera. She is one of the main demons who used to bully Mango and physically harmed her a whole lot. But only because someone else was telling her to do it. I'm not going to say who told her to do it just yet, but I will eventually. But of course, karma took its toll on Hera, because one time when she was hurting Mango, Mango somehow just snapped and started attacking heroes as hard as she could, and attacked her so much that she broke not only the bones in her tail too, but snapped her spine and even broke her neck, and also clawed at her throat a little bit. So she's dying here in this scene from both internal and external bleeding. Very slowly. But I can't really say she doesn't deserve it. She kinda does. On to the next drawing. Might recognize, well, not all of you, but most of you might recognize this demon, this beautiful purple-haired demon from my last Goretober video. This is Windy Flow. And not much is going on here. Actually, lots going on here. She killed someone, collected all their blood in a bucket, filled up her bathtub, and is taking a bath in literally the blood of her enemies with rubber ducks for some reason. And of course, a royal guard accidentally walked in on Windy, kind of what she thinks is kind of getting payback, or doing what she thinks serves justice. And of course, the guard thinks he walked in at a bad time. So of course, he just kind of walks away while Wendy just kind of stares at him. She's not really mad, she's just kind of shocked and even a little bit embarrassed. I honestly had a lot of fun drawing this one. It was comical and a nice break from drawing all the sad, dramatic, scary death scenes. This one was pretty comical and I enjoyed it. I also enjoyed watching myself draw this and look back at my old Goretober and realize how much I improved since the original drawing I made. And Mangle's back. Here is the entry for Tortured for this year's Goretober. And this is a more recent event. So I'm not going to say who hurt Mangle. As you can see, she has a bite mark, claw marks. She has a couple more on her legs, but I couldn't do full body because I haven't reached that point of improvement yet, sadly. But I think it looks pretty good. It's definitely an improvement since the last time I made her in this position. Because the last time I did this, it honestly looked really, really bad. This time it looks pretty good. I draped a couple of... I tried to drape her... Oh, how do I word this? I have her bangs drooping over her face and some hair getting in the way and drooping down from her neck to make it a little bit more realistic. I also had the blood made her shirt darker instead of lighter, since that's also more realistic. And I'm just proud of this one. Well, look who has lost her head once again for this Goretober. Goretober. You didn't hear anything. You did not hear the G-O-A-T word, alright? Anyways, look who has lost her head again for this year's Goretober. Vicky has. This time she has instructions to try and have her head put back on and hopefully stay on. Something tells me though she's probably going to lose it again next year. Also, she probably didn't follow the directions correctly. Also, she got the directions from Wendy of all people. Who knows what kind of instructions Wendy probably gave her. Probably gave her the wrong ones on purpose. Or knew that Vicky wouldn't be able to read it because she literally has to hold her head in her hands and tape it to her neck and chest just to read the note on how to put it back on.